Okay, so for our very first one, go back. Dang it, this is so bad. Okay, things got real fast. But we're gonna keep those times for now. Those horrendous times. And just always be booking, baby. 4:30. You know, I'm gonna change that right now. We're changing. No. Because I can do it then. I'll just keep it in the back of my head. I'm probably gonna change that to Mother Vision 3D so we can start unlocking stuff. I like that. Hey guys, I'm Bethany, and today I'm going to talk to you about Disney's newest Skip the Line service that launched this past July 2024. It is called Lightning Lane MultiPass and Single Pass. So first we're going to go over the terminology, what everything is, the ins and outs, and then we're going to go back in time to this morning when I booked our Lightning Lanes. We are booking as a non-resort guest. Non-resort guests can book for their trip 3 days in advance. We have a date-based ticket, which means we don't have an annual pass, like there's actual dates we have to go. And we're technically staying off property, even though we're getting some of the on-property perks. It is a Hilton hotel and we are not getting the early Lightning Lane reservation perk that you would get if you stayed at a true Disney resort on property. You get a really good jump. You get a 7-day window before your trip to book the Lightning Lanes for your entire trip. Being an off-property but date-based ticket guest, I got to book our whole entire trip 3 days out. Our first theme park day is Saturday. Today is Wednesday. So 3 days out, I was able to book the whole thing. That being said, on-property guests are at a massive advantage. By the time I logged on this morning, Tiana's was gone. I'm hopeful that through the art of the fiddle faddle, TM, Molly from Mammoth Club, I've already completely changed. Like this morning, I've been fiddle faddling all day. And I know that it's going to change even after I film this video. But this is kind of like the journey, the process, because this is my first time doing it. However, I'm learning alongside you. There's already things that I've would do differently. But I'm also booking trips for people at Bippity Boppity Best. So if this is all seems like, whoa, I don't want to do this, like this doesn't seem like a vacation, you can hit me up at bippityboppityBest@gmail.com or check out my Instagram, BethanyForsyth44. I will put both of those in the description box and on the screen. And I can totally do all of this for you. I can give you a My Disney Experience crash course so that you can navigate the app and do all your planning, booking, dining, Lightning Lanes, all of it. Don't have to worry about it. But if you're interested in how I did it and you do want to do it yourself, this video is for you. Let's get into some definitions. Lightning Lane MultiPass refers to the pass that you can get for multiple attractions across the park. Each park has a very popular attraction or attractions, some have multiple, that are purchased individually with a Lightning Lane single pass. That's going to be a separate price per person per ride. Single pass is the fancy rides, also Molly TM. I want to give credit where credit is due because she is the goat. The fancy rides by park are at Magic Kingdom, there are 2, Tron and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. At Epcot, there's Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. At Animal Kingdom, there's Avatar Flight of Passage. And at Hollywood Studios, there's Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Those are your Lightning Lane single passes that you're going to have to pay an individual price per person per just the one ride. Another thing I will say is you don't have to purchase both. You can purchase just multi-pass for one day, which is what I did for our Magic Kingdom day. You could purchase just single pass if you're only interested in that. That's totally fine. You can get both. It's a create your own adventure. And you can only do each of these rides one time throughout the day. You can do the standby as many times. You can get in line over and over and over. But once you use a multi-pass or a single pass for that ride, you can no longer book another multi or single pass for that ride. That experience will be blacked out for you in the app. So another thing that you need to understand for this system is much like old FastPass Plus, the rides are tiered. There are tier 1 attractions that you can choose one from, and then your other 2 for your 3 to make up your multi-pass, your 3 that you can have in advance, can be from tier 2. Let's go through the tier 1s. In Magic Kingdom, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, that's the one that went the fastest. That is the it ride right now because it's brand new. Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, Peter Pan's Flight, and Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise is going to be down while we're there, so we don't have to worry about that one. I don't love that ride. I feel like I do, but I don't. I feel like it's not worth a top tier lightning lane, and I feel like it's not worth standing in line for. I feel like it's a second tier. With the new lightning lane, MultiPass and Single Pass, character experiences are no longer included in that, which is a bummer because I love meeting characters, and that would be another nice way to kind of disperse some of the lightning lanes. I feel if some people were using them for characters. At this time, that's not an option. You're gonna have to go wait in a physical standby line if you want to meet characters, or you can also do a character meal, which we're doing a few of. While the character interactions are not included, a lot of the shows are, and while you don't necessarily always need them to get there, it can save you time because you only have to get there 15 minutes before rather than having to secure your place in line. They are very strict about that though. You have to be there at least 15 minutes before because they shut the doors and the show starts and they won't disrupt the show. So keep that in mind for fillers as you're booking. You might want to use some shows. I didn't book any shows for our first 3, but it's a possibility. So you're going to go into the app and you're going to make sure that everyone in your group is added, because that's what I didn't do that cost me precious seconds this morning and cost me Tiana's, was that I was the only one in my group. So you need to go into the app and make sure that everybody is selected for your group. You're going to click the date that you want. You're going to click the theme park that you're going to be at. If you are doing a park hopper add-on, you will pay the most expensive park, but you can use MultiPass in any park. And you can also book up to 2 single passes per day, and they can be in different parks. So that is a possibility. We never park hop in Walt Disney World. It's way too much of a time suck for us. But if you want to have like a more loosey-goosey wake up and figure out where you want to go, park hopping is definitely from you, and you can absolutely utilize this system with park hopping. You're not going to be just stuck in the first park that you went to. Saturday the 21st, we're going to Magic Kingdom, and that's when it's going to allow you to select up to 3 experiences. And so I selected my 3 experiences. I'm not really paying attention to return times because we're just trying to get this purchased, because it is an actual transaction that has to go through. You could have done the single pass and the multi-pass in one transaction, and I did do that for Hollywood Studios, but in a lot of them, Flight of Passage and Animal Kingdom, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Epcot, Belle's not tall enough to ride those, so I didn't want to pay a single rider for her, so that's why I did them separately. Also probably cost me some precious seconds, but that's what I had to do. I don't even remember what I had this from this morning, and I have fiddled and faddled since. Now, let's go back in time to 5:45 a.m. Bethany. Hey, good morning. It's 5:58. I set my alarm for a 1/4 because today is the day I get to book our multi-pass, and our single pass is the new lightning lane. I'm speaking really quietly because everyone else is still asleep, and Belle is right on the other side of the store. I gotta make sure. It's 5:59. I gotta log on at 6. But when I go in, it still says that I'm not eligible. That will be eligible on the 18th at 7 a.m., which that's Eastern time, so it's 6 a.m. Central time. I'm not really awake yet where I am, so that's why. Oh, 6 o'clock. Okay, so let's refresh. It says I'm not eligible, but it says 6. Okay, let's X out and go back. November 21st, Magic Kingdom, Lightning Lane. I forgot my notes downstairs, but that's okay because I think I remember. Okay, so for our very first one, okay, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is still available, so I'm checking that. I'm checking Haunted Mansion and Pirates for our first 3. Okay, Haunted Mansion. Dang, those return times are late. So, okay, we're gonna, dang, that really sucks. Okay. We're going to go with actually a lower. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to something that's maybe not so, rather than Pirates, I'm going to do, I got, Tiana's is out. Okay. Haunted Mansion and Pooh. I gotta be faster on this. Okay, Tiana's is out for now, so we're going back. Peter Pan's, Haunted, and Pooh. Pooh, where are you? Okay, alright, dang, that sucks. Okay, we're just gonna do it. Continue your party. I gotta add more people to my party. Gosh, I gotta go back. Okay, I gotta go back. Go back. Dang it, this is so bad. Okay, I need to do Belle, Olive, and Robert. Okay, we're confirming everyone. Peter Pan, Pooh, Mansion, go. Okay, I lost Disney. Okay, go. Okay. We just did Monday. Purchase another day. Alright, this is the 22nd for Animal Kingdom. We're doing multi-land and we're doing Flight of Passage. Alright, right now Robert and I and Olive are going to do Flight of Passage because Belle's too short. We're choosing Navi, Kilimanjaro, Dinosaur for all three of us. Okay. Continue. Purchase for another day. We're going to go ahead and buy, for that day, we're going to go ahead and buy single riders for Animal Kingdom. For Flight of Passage, because we're doing that for only me, Olive, and Robert. Belle's not tall enough for that. We can always go back and modify times, so I'm really not worrying about times at all, except for that I'm trying to get them kind of early in the day for our first one. Alright, so this is going to be studios. We're doing MultiPass, we're doing Rise for everybody. Select all. We're doing Slinky. We're doing Toy Story Mania and Tower. Got it. And Rise. Got it. One thing that's different about this is that you're having to pay for everything in advance. So it's like a really expensive day today, but then we're not going to have to worry about it once we get there. Alright, Tuesday we don't need anything. Wednesday, look at me doing this without notes. I mean, I've lived this trip in my head so many times. I don't need to get too braggy. Okay, so we're going to do, let's do Guardians first for just the three of us, because Belle's not tall enough for that one yet. This is a single rider for all three of us at Epcot. Got it. Okay, continue. Check out. Purchase another day. So back to Wednesday. Oh no, Epcot is, I gotta verify my charges because USAA is like, what the heck? Okay. Alright, back to Epcot. Alright, MultiPass. USAA is like, y'all spending some money. MultiPass for Epcot. Not for the 18th, no, for the 25th Wednesday. MultiPass for Epcot, continue. And we're going to select all. Continue. We're doing Frozen because we're rope dropping roomies. And then the other ones are kind of just like whatever. Is Figment not even on here? Probably wanted Figment. Oh yeah, it is. Figment and I guess. Purchase for another day. Okay, last day. Last day is for the 26th. It's for studios. We're doing just MultiPass for today. No single pass. Doing it for everybody. And we go Slinky again. We're going Tower again. And we're going Mania again. Purchase now. Okay. I have no idea what any of these times were because after that little incident, things got real fast with my not having everybody in my party already added to the list before I went in, so that's something you can do before. So let's see what we have for so far. Our very first Lightning Lane isn't scheduled until 2:25 and 3:25, and that's the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. That's not going to work for me. We're going to have to get something earlier, so I'm going to modify. But something really cool about this feature is it's not going to be able to lose. I'm not going to get got. Nobody's going to take my Pooh registration. It's early, you guys. That I have right now. However, I can look and see if I want to. I can fiddle faddle TM Molly from Mammoth Club. I can refresh the screen and see if there are any better times, which right now that's not going to happen because everybody's logging on trying to get a better time, or I can modify it for a different ride. So let's see if I can find a different ride maybe that has a better return time, and then we can get Pooh later at a different time. Okay, so Mad Tea Party 9:20. My gosh, this is a joke. My least favorite ride is the earliest return time. Of course it is. Tomorrowland Speedway 10:10. Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Oh, Tiana Bayou Adventure came back available, but I gotta cancel Peter Pan if I want to do that. Oh, this is tricky. I'm not gonna do that because I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose it and lose my Peter Pan. That's tricky. What if I try to modify my Peter Pan? To Tiana's. See, that Tiana's is gone now, so I wouldn't have been quick enough to cancel and get it. 12:55 is our earliest one. Let's look at that. We can already change our Peter Pan to 12:55. So we did that. Right? Okay, so we changed Peter Pan, right? No, 3:25 and 4:25. What? I lost Peter. Okay, now I can change it for 12:50. Could not secure the experience. Okay. It's gonna come back. We're gonna get Peter back. When I swapped Big Thunder for Peter Pan, Big Thunder's a tier 1, so that knocked out my tier 1. So I guess I could have done that without canceling the Tiana. That's good to know. So now what do we have for Magic Kingdom? Now we have Big Thunder at 10:25. That's good because we're going to get into the park at 8:30 for early theme park admission. The park opens at 9. So by 10:30, 10:25, that's when lines should be starting to get longer and we should be able to knock out a few rides. We're going to rope drop Mine Train in Fantasyland. I feel pretty good about Magic Kingdom for now. I will continue to fiddle faddle and report back, but let's fiddle faddle a bit more. Let's go to for our DAC day. We have an 8:45 dinosaur ride. That's early. It's our Navi time, 3:45 to 4:45. So for Animal Kingdom, the plan is to rope drop Pandora, do Flight of Passage, and then Navi, and we may even see if whoever is rider swapping, so whoever is going through the actual standby queue with all of the other person, will take Belle to go do Navi so she can get a little extra ride in, and then we'll rider swap and Olive will get to ride Flight of Passage twice, and then we're all going to go ride Navi. And then my plan was to go to Kilimanjaro Safaris after that. Kilimanjaro. Hopefully I get a lightning lane, but if not, stand by early in the morning. And for the MultiPass, you are given the next available time. So right now, the times are pretty early for Animal Kingdom right now. It got Expedition Everest at 8:40. Navi's at 3:45. We booked that one. Collier Rapids is a known for me dog. Festival of the Lion King is the 9:30 show. All the shows are like the first show, and I want to do shows later in the day when we're trying to get some reprieve from the heat. Lightning Link single pass booked for 2:45 to 3:45. So that's not a bad time. Let's go to our next day, which is going to be Studios. On Studios Day 1, we have our single pass booked for 6 to 7 at night. Wow, those must have been going fast. Everybody is in here trying to get things locked in at 7 a.m. Eastern time. I feel that as the day goes on, as we get closer to vacation, maybe even the day of, things are going to open up because people are going to start canceling and moving things around. So all is not lost. Tiana's is not lost. All is not lost because of the art of the fiddle faddle. And we will continue to faddle and fiddle and believe in it until we get what we want. And additionally, all is not lost because we are going to the Halloween party. And Tiana's is open for the Halloween party, just like a regular standby queue and Tron. So that's why I'm not too worried about purchasing the single riders for those. Also didn't purchase for Mine Train because we're rope dropping. So I'm trying to be a little bit strategic and cut money where I can. I do think that MultiPass and single paths are worth it. You know, you're spending all this money to go, and then to have to waste all that time spending in like an hour-long line for each ride is just not a good investment. But I'm trying to be strategic and save where I can. Let's go move on to Studios MultiPass. Let's see what we have for those. Let's see what time our Slinky is. Oh gosh, okay. So our times for Studios, not great. First return time, 3:30 for Tower of Terror. Toy Story Mania is at 7 o'clock at night. And Slinky Dog Dash is at 8:39. I'm not mad about that because like Slinky Dog Dash at night is a vibe. But, whoa, okay. Let's see if we can modify this tower. 3:25. I can book it for 10 minutes earlier. What do we have in the earlies? Rock and Roller Coaster has a 10:10. We're skipping that one because it has a 48-inch height requirement, so neither of the girls can do it. Mickey and Minnie's 10:45. Now, is that going to knock out my Slinky, though? It would. I'm not going to do that. I'm dead at these times. This is crazy. Alright, well, we're going to keep those times for now. Those horrendous times. And we'll fiddle faddle and see if we can get them better. For Epcot, Frozen Ever After is from 1:55 to 2:55. I'm okay with that. Oh my gosh, but all these are that late in the day? Jeez Louise. Figment, 2:55. This is suspicious. Living with the Land. We can change it to 9:55. Let's do that. Okay. So our Epcot day just got better. What time is our Cosmic Rewind? It's early Cosmic Rewind at 10:55 in the morning in the mountain. We're also going to try to get a virtual queue for Guardians so we can ride it twice. It's the only way. I don't understand. I get saying that I can update it to a different time, but then when I do it, it's not updating it. So Epcot, we're rope dropping Remy's with early theme park entry. Then we've got Living with the Land at 9:55, Journey to Figment at 10:40. Frozen isn't until 1:55, but since we've already unlocked the ability to book more Lightning lanes with that earlier Living with the Land at 9:55, we'll be alright. And then Guardians of the Galaxy is for your fancy rides or your single rider rides. You can modify the time. So, who's there? Hey, little Toonie, are you awake? 6:30. You can now play at 12:30. So let's do Guardians right after Frozen. How about 4:30? I like that. Alright, I'm going to run through what we have right now. For Magic Kingdom, our first one is 10:25 Big Thunder, 2:15 Pirates, 4:25 Haunted Mansion. No single riders. For DAC, 8:45 Dinosaur, 11 a.m. Kilimanjaro Safaris, 3:45 Navi, with single riders of Flight of Passage at 2:45. Then for the next day is at First Studios Day. We're gonna have to fiddle that out because we've got 3:45 Tower of Terror, 7 o'clock Toy Story Mania, and 8:30 Slinky. We got to get an earlier return time at Studios for that. We've got to fiddle that out, either the Toy Story or the Tower, to get an earlier return time there. That's not going to work. And then we have Rise single rider at 6. Then the next day is our party day / resort day, so no multi-pass, no single pass. The next day is Epcot. For Epcot, we've got a 9:55 Living with the Land after we rope drop Remy's. Then we're going to go to Journey into Imagination with Figment at 10:40, and then we have a 1:55 Frozen Ever After. Day 2 Studios looks a lot like day 1. 2:30 Tower of Terror, 5 o'clock Toy Story Mania, and 6:10 Slinky Dog, with no single passes. So I'm definitely going to fiddle faddle, and I'll get back to you, and I will continue to fiddle faddle until we get on these rides. And I'll be back to share more information and about my journey. So, see you guys. I'm gonna go cuddle down. So let me tell you what I have right now as of 1:46. So for Magic Kingdom, I ended up switching up my strategy and doing like a burner ride, which is a ride that doesn't really need a lightning lane, but had a really early return time, because once you tap into your first lightning lane, that unlocks the ability to book another lightning lane. You can always have 3 booked. As soon as you tap in, you can still be in line in the lightning lane and go ahead and be booking your next one. That also unlocks your ability to park hop or book different lightning lanes at a different park. So very important to try to tap in as early as possible, as close as you're going to get to the park. We are getting to the park for early entry at 8:30, and my first lightning lane is at 10 with Journey Into the Sea with the Little Mermaid. I know, I love it, but do we need it for a lightning lane? No, but otherwise, if I did what I wanted to do, which was Pirates, Haunted Mansion, and Peter Pan, our return wasn't going to be able to, until 3 in the afternoon. We wouldn't be able to do anything until 3 in the afternoon lightning lanes, and that's not using the system effectively. We've got a lunch at Crystal Palace in Magic Kingdom with Pooh and his friends at 12:20. I bumped that from 1 to 12:20 because then the parade's at 2, and then we've got Peter Pan's flight lightning lane from 2:30 to 3:30 right now. That's my tier 1 that I went with when I couldn't get Tiana, because that lightning lane does tend to sometimes run out, and consistently we'll have a long line throughout the day. And our last choice is Haunted Mansion at 4:25. But again, at 10 o'clock, I can start trying to book maybe a Big Thunder or a Winnie the Pooh or something. You know, I'm going to start trying to book our next lightning lane and just always be booking, baby. Always have 3. And that's our day for Magic Kingdom. I also have a note in my phone with priority rides that we want to get lightning lanes for, with some filler shows that we might want to check out and characters we might want to meet. Oh, and then fireworks at 8:30, park close at 10, DAC day. Now, DAC opens at 7:30 for early theme park entry. It is the earliest and the only one that opens at 7:30. All the others are at 8:30 for early theme park entry. And early theme park entry is just a perk that all Disney World hotel guests and some Good Neighbor, the one that we're at as a Good Neighbor, gets, where you can enter the park 30 minutes before everybody else. Not all the rides are open. Take note. Our game plan for when we get to that early theme park entry at 7:30 is to head straight to Pandora, along with everybody else, and try to rope drop Flight of Passage and Navi River Journey. We want to rope drop both of those if we can. After that, I want us to try to rope drop the Safari, because the Safari doesn't open for early theme park. It opens with the park. We might not get there right at 8, but try to get there for an early one, because the Safari that I was able to snag is at 11, and that's not too late in the day, but it's getting a little warm. You know, if ideally I would like to have that first thing in the morning when it's still cooler, to try to get the animals when they're the most active. Our first lightning lane is at 10:15 for Expedition Everest. Bell's not tall enough for that one, but that will unlock our lightning lanes. And then 11, we have the Safari if I can't fiddle foul for something better. And then Navi River Journey is at 3:45. We have Flight of Passage for Olive, Bob's, and myself at 2:45. So that one's actually right before the Navi. So we'll be back over in Pandora to do Flight of Passage and then Navi again. So Navi is Bobby's favorite ride. He would ride it over and over and over again if he could. We don't have any in-park dining for our Animal Kingdom Day. Instead, we are going to Sanaa at Kidani Village after the park closes, because that's Olive's favorite place to go. She requested that we go there. And there are some good snack spots to pick up quick service that we'll probably do, but we don't have any sit down anything booked. Next day is Monday, and that's Hollywood Studios. This was tough with return times this morning. It was late afternoon before I could get anything. So I went in with my burner strategy again. Strategy for our first Hollywood Studios day, we're going to rope drop Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway right there at the front of Hollywood Studios. And then after that, I have an early lightning lane, 9:35 for Star Tours, of all things. I better get the Ahsoka one. It makes me nauseous. That's why I hate on Star Tours. I get nauseous really easily. But that will unlock our ability to keep rebooking lightning lanes for the rest of the day, because our next one is 3:35 Tower of Terror. And then our other one, our Slinky Dog one, is at 8:30. Slinky Dog was out 2 minutes after 7. Slinky Dog was done for the day. We have Roundup Rodeo, which we've never eaten there, at 1. And then we have Star Wars at 6, Rise of the Resistance. Not watching Fantasmic. We may try to jump in line for your Slinky again right at closing, right after we get off of our lightning lane. So then the next day is our party, is our resort day. So it is a day of chilling at the hotel. We can get into Magic Kingdom for the party at 4, but we don't have anything booked for that day. The next day, Wednesday, is Epcot Day. So we're starting with a 7:30 breakfast at Trattoria Al Forno for strategical purposes. One, it's the best breakfast on property. We've been there twice before and we love it. I've got the breakfast pizza both times. Bob's has got it 0 times and both times he's like, I should have got that. So we'll see if he gets it this time. And then that will allow us to enter Epcot through the International Gateway entrance, which is accessible from the Skyliner. If you're staying at a hotel that has Skyliner access, you can go through that entrance. Or if you're at the Yacht and Beach Club Boardwalk, those hotels also have access to it. But you can't just like Uber to those hotels and like going through that way. So just to keep in mind, you have to have a dining reservation or be staying there to really get access to that entrance. Epcot is so big that it's really nice because that entrance is going to put us right in France where we can rope drop Remy's for early theme park entry at 8:30. By the time we get off Remy's, it'll be getting close to time for our 9:55 Lightning Lane at Living with the Land, baby. That's everybody's number one choice. No, Living with the Land is a tier 2, but it had availability at 9:55. We booked that. That will unlock our ability to start booking other Lightning Lanes. Then we got Figment at 10:40, another heavy hitter, and Frozen Ever After at 1:55. But we do have some dining for that day. We've got, I already told you, we've got Trattoria Al Forno, and then we've got Via Napoli for lunch, the pizza place in Epcot, which is just the best pizza. They have real people from Italy, real Italians, making pizza. It's really good. And the ingredients and everything. And then for Thursday, our second Hollywood Studios day, that day we're not buying any single passes. Oh, I almost forgot. We have a single pass for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind in Epcot at 4:30. Back to our last Studios day. So we're not purchasing any single pass for Rise, rather we're rope dropping it. As of right now, I have, because I wanted to lock in another Tower of Terror. I'm going to change this, I already know, but right now I have a Tower of Terror locked in for 2:30. Like, that just makes me sad just looking at it. Maybe I'll fiddle faddle for a different Tower of Terror, like, and then 5 o'clock for Toy Story Mania. Like, it's crazy. So that I'm probably going to go in and book maybe like Muppet Vision, or I hate to do like the first live show because like I like to wait to have those as an AC break, but I'm thinking Muppet Vision could be a good, because it's kind of close to Rise. Actually, it's really close to Rise. You know, I'm going to change that right now. We're changing. No. Because I can do it then. I'll just keep it in the back of my head. I'm probably going to change that to Muppet Vision 3D so we can start unlocking stuff. And then we have Toy Story Mania at 5:05 and Slinky Dog is again 6:10, not as late, so probably won't be dark riding it then, which is kind of cool riding into the dark. So let's see, did I cover everything? It was a lot. It's a lot of information and I feel like I was talking really fast. I've honestly been studying this and figuring it out since July when it came out, and I feel like today actually using it myself and making mistakes was awesome for me to have that practice for doing it for other people, because I've got ways that can save us valuable seconds. So I hope that this video was helpful in your upcoming planning trip. Happy planning, or trying to understand the new system. If this is all just super overwhelming and scary and you don't like it at all, hit me up at Bippity Boppity Bess and I can help you out and we can get it under control. Hey. It is almost 8 o'clock on Thursday night now. I'm on my phone, camera's all packed up, but I just wanted to show you how much better things already are because I've been diligently fiddle-faddling. Magic Kingdom's about the same. You'll see Animal Kingdom and Pride and Joy. I got that 9 a.m. safari, and then I got a much earlier return time for one of the Studios days. So things are really looking on the up and up, and we still have, it's only Thursday and our first park day is until Saturday. So there's still a ton of time to fiddle faddle and get even better times. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today as we do the last leg of planning for our Walt Disney World trip. I'm so excited if you can't tell. Next time we'll see you, we'll be in Disney World. So again, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you real soon. Bye!